Okay, so let's start the real work on exercise 7. Find the code comment looping. I'm going to make this a little bigger, my workspace. Huh. Looping. Okay, right there. Line 26. Add a conditional, which is in control, that checks the horizontal obstacle's X property to see whether it has moved off the screen. If it has moved off the screen, okay, well, let's start with this. Check if it's moved off the screen. And both of ours, the way I did it is that both of our obstacles are horizontal. So we'll just put in two if statements. If it has, okay, and that's going to be if rock and rock2.x is greater than 400. Why? Think about that. Because the x value over here is 400. 0, 400. So when it's greater than 400, we want it to restart over here. And I have to go into text mode to put if sprite.x greater than 400. And I'm going to do the same thing down here, greater than 400. There's an error? Why? Oh, I think these parentheses need to go here, maybe? Whoops. Okay, so now, yeah. And now let's name these rock 2. And now okay, if it has moved off the screen, so if it is greater than 400, reset its X property to loop it back to the other side of the screen. So now we're going to do this, use the same blocks, but we're going to reset it to its starting position, X position, which is negative 50. So rock.x equals negative 50, and I'm going to copy and paste this, but we got to make this say rock 2. All right, so now let's see. Okay, yeah, so they looped. Great. All right, test your code to make sure the first obstacle loops. Yeah, both of them do. Okay, so yeah, we are only doing 2 horizontal obstacles, so this is pretty much done, so let's move on. All right, so when your character touches the coin, you should reset it somewhere on the screen, and the obstacles should push the player across the screen. So find the code comment sprite interactions. Sprite interactions on line 51. Okay, now what? Create a conditional that checks whether the player is touching the target and moves the target to the random place if it's true. Okay. Reset. Okay, so we're going to need an if statement, and then we're going to need an if is touching. If sprite, so that's okay, we need this is touching block, and we're going to say if player is touching the target is the coin, then we're going to want coin.x and coin.y to be random numbers between 0 and 400. Okay, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking this right. Hopefully I am, but if I'm wrong, then we're going to learn from our mistakes. So I'm going to change these to coin. 1 is okay. We'll just keep it at 1. So 1 to 400. And let's run it. Okay, so, all right, yeah, looks like it's working. Cool. So it's already resetting it. So now what do we need to do? Make the obstacles push the player. So I'm going to read, see if there are hints. Create 2 new collisions that make the 2 obstacles push the player across the screen. So I don't know. I think that might be like displace. I'm guessing. Make the obstacles. Okay, so this is another is touching. But here we're going to need 2 if statements. We're going to need 1 for rock, and we're going to need 1 for rock 2. So if player is touching rock, and if player is touching rock 2. So I think I would think we would want, okay, bounce or collide. I'm going to pause the video and test these out to see which one works. Okay, so why don't you take a look at my code, lines 59 to 64. This does work. You know, you would want to modify some things. If you see right there, the rock pushed my player. There's a few things in this game you would want to modify. For instance, look at the velocity. The player just drops way too quick relative to how fast these rocks are moving. And like I said in the other video, you would want your player, coin, and rocks to be small because we're working with a small screen. However, everything here that I have done in this video, this all works, and we followed all the directions. So let's see. I don't think there's anything on exercise 9. I think it's just checking off your project. But if that's all you did, let's see what exercise. Okay, it looks like that's all we need. So I'll see you in the next video.